Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, March 8th, 2012. Let's get right into the charts here. There's a lot to cover. Markets are staging a pretty big rally in the pre-market here today. You'll see the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading higher by about 11 points at the moment. Pretty sharp move up in the futures today. There's a lot going on in Europe. We'll go over it in just a moment. But remember, whenever the futures are trading higher, it usually means one thing. The U.S. dollar index is trading lower, and that is the case this morning, as the U.S. dollar index is trading lower by, I believe, 36 cents on the U.S. dollar index futures. So, pretty decent decline in the dollar, pretty good pop in the market, and that's what happens here. Weaker dollar inflates everything higher, and that is what is going on today. Now, there's some news out of Europe. It looks like the Bank of England kept their key benchmark interest rate held at 50 basis points. Also, the European Central Bank kept their key interest rate held at 1%. Looks like there is a Greek deal in the making here. It looks like bondholders, private bondholders, will take a 74% haircut on the debt. We'll see if it really is, if the deal is actually reached. But either way, that is giving the markets a little bit of a lift. Last night in Asia, all of the Asian markets were higher. You had the Nikkei up 2%. The Hang Seng was up 1.3%. The Shanghai was up 1%. The Sensex happened to be the only index that I saw struggled. That index, believe it or not, might have been closed last night. So I don't want to make too much out of it, but it may have been, India may have been closed last night. But overall, Asia had a very, very good night, big night up. And the European markets are doing the same this morning. You basically have the CAC 40 and the German DAX both higher by about 2%. I believe the FTSE 100, which is England, which is not part of the European Union, is up 1.3%. So again, all the European markets are trading higher. They did keep rates unchanged. And I believe Mario Draghi is going to have a press conference in about 15-20 minutes. Right now it's about 8:20 in the morning, so I think 8:35 the ECB is going to have a press conference, and the ECB chief is Mario Draghi, and he'll hold a press conference. He's going to say, I guess, some comments about keeping the rates unchanged, and he'll talk about inflation, I suppose. In any case, markets are trading higher. They're looking pretty strong at the moment, and we'll see where this market goes. Now, in the U.S. today, we have gold really getting a nice bounce, up $15, trading right around the $1,700 an ounce level. Take a look at the GLD this morning. You'll see that has caught a pretty nice little bid, trading right around the 165 area. Silver also is trading higher this morning. Silver yesterday closed, I believe, at 32.41, trading at 32.95, so that's a decent bounce. Oil is also catching a bid today. Oil is trading the USO, I should say, is trading at $40.91, closed at $40.61. Spot crude, and that's West Texas light sweet crude, is trading higher by 65 cents to 106.81 per barrel. So almost $107 a barrel. Still very, very high, but the market seems to love it. Now, what you want to watch for today is if the U.S. dollar index starts to move higher, that should start to bring down the markets. If the dollar starts to fall, markets will continue to inflate, and we could have, a decent rally on our hands this morning. So we'll see how the market plays out. But again, keep the dollar front and center. Very, very important. Now, I have a bunch of stocks that I think are in the news today. You want to watch for. First, with the weaker dollar, you want to watch stocks that have been beaten up today, like Freeport-McMoRan, getting a bid already. BHP Billiton, another mining producer, copper base metal producer, catching a nice bid. Rio Tinto, another one catching a pretty good bid. This is all stocks that will react to the weaker dollar. You could take a look even at Cleveland Cliffs, which is iron ore. That's another one that is reacting to the weaker dollar. You'll see that is moving up as well. So anything in the base metal area, anything gold, anything silver, the dollar remains weak, they will trade higher and inflate. That's the way it works. That's the way it's going to be. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks here today. AIG. Looks like the government sold some AIG shares. Still, they basically own 7/10 of the whole company. But either way, AIG selling off a little bit today. I don't think there's anything critical here, but watch it. It's there's still a fair amount of support at the $28 level, then all the way down to around 26 bucks. So other than that, I don't really see much for AIG, but the government did sell a fair amount of shares, but still hold about 70% of the company, from what I understand. Let's take a look at McDonald's. This one is a big one. This is the only big one that I'm really seeing this morning. McDonald's selling off pretty sharply. Traders should watch for support on McDonald's around the 95 and a quarter level. I think there's a fair amount of support there, and then ultimately around 94 bucks. I think there's very good support there. If the stock really breaks down, you have to really look at $90. I don't foresee that happening, but believe it or not, McDonald's is down, a couple bucks here, and this is a big drop for this stock. Looks like they had same-store sales that were not as good as expected, and it is hitting the stock today. Last night I mentioned the Asian markets were all higher, so you want to watch these stocks to at least be strong at the start of the day. Sina, Baidu. As long as the U.S. markets are strong, these stocks should all catch a bid. NetEase is another one, NTES, and you also watch Sohu, SOHU, and that's another one. Will probably be strong at the start of the day if the U.S. markets hold up. Right now, U.S. markets look fine at the moment. We still have a while to go. Now, at 8:30 in the morning, which is just 5 minutes from this recording, will be the non-farm payroll report will be the weekly unemployment report. Tomorrow at 8:30 will be the non-farm payroll report. So that's a very, very big report. Expectations now are rising. I think we're looking for 260,000 non-farm payrolls to come in tomorrow. But we'll see what the weekly unemployment report does this week. I don't think it's going to do much. I think the market's more concerned about the dollar. If the dollar does catch a bid, though, remember these markets will pull back. One more stock that I did see today was Imperial Sugar. This stock's catching a pretty good bid. It looks like it's coming off of a little bit of a base too, so it looks pretty strong. Has pulled back a little bit, but the stock has upside, so I would not be shorting the stock. If it gets to around $7.85, maybe even $8, I would not look for any more upside there. The stock should not trade higher than that level, okay, from what I can see. That's really it today. Things are a little bit on the quiet side when it comes to stocks, but there's a lot of European news, so keep your eye on the dollar. I think the dollar is going to be very, very important going forward. If the dollar moves up, the market moves down, and vice versa. Probably today we will get lighter volume once the market settles in, as everyone waits for the government job report, which is tomorrow. But either way, markets are reacting pretty well at the moment, and markets look pretty decent today so far. All right, with that said, everybody, I'd like to wish you all a great trading day, and I will see you on the charts tomorrow. Have a good one now.